It's around here.
Across it there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
For your workers' petition for Unite.
So, why have you come today?
I've come because my granny told me to. Because I've written a song about Jeremy Corbyn, and my granny thinks he's really good.
Come on, we got to hear this. Take it away, man.
Yeah, sure.
We're on our way to Labour Live, the attempt to recapture the mix of music and Corbyn mania that sprang up at Glastonbury last year.
I'm a chaos particle in a sea of traditional ties. They try to berate me, God, how they hate me.
The event had been unfairly mocked in some quarters, although they did need some help shifting tickets.
Good morning, Mr. McCluskey.
Up to no good.
No, not at all, not at all. Did you pay £35 or are you getting in for nothing?
I paid £35.
You did?
I did.
You were an early bird.
But I'm looking for a rebate.
They don't like me too much, or they'll probably kill me. I'm Jeremy, watch out for me.
Do you know why it's exciting? It's because Labour is the only party that's giving anybody any hope.
I feel people want to just have one unified opposition, want to just come together and make something like this to appeal to everyone, no matter what their background, no matter what their differences.
Is that it takes more than one of us. And that's the issue about organising, building this movement.
So getting rid of this Tory government.
And understanding what the people in those constituencies need.
Liverpool, it's fair to say, the Labour Party's got that sewn up, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't more people voting Labour in other parts of the country?
Because they believe the right-wing media. They believe it when they say they're all the same. Yeah. They don't do nothing for me.
The mainstream media like to sneer.
There's a country out there to change.
Yeah, absolutely, quite right.
Get up to Walsall and get stuck in, you know.
Well, quite right. But when you're talking to someone who's an activist, I do get stuck in. Do you know what I mean, mate?
Take the media out of it. What's next? What have you got to do now?
Well, I think, to be honest, more of this, more that we can reach out to people who are young, who maybe wouldn't vote otherwise.
I want us to take a massive selfie. Come together. Yeah, I know we're together, but even closer.
Can't be overstated, really, that this event sits in the middle of a political atmosphere which is very, very weird.
Nothing's solid at this moment in time in this country. Actually, I was one of the inrush that was going to be deported.
Were you?
They said I had no right of residency in this country. And I came here 59 when I was 4. So we don't know what's going to happen one day or the other.
I'm absolutely scared for their future. Yeah. She's got a university degree, graduated last summer and is working in McDonald's.
Can't get a job.
I think Jeremy Corbyn's our only hope of ever saving this country.
Here we come. Here we come.
So much could be so much better in this country. I don't want to live in a society that is building luxury houses and flats to keep them empty, that somebody can make a profit out of them while there are homeless people sleeping on the streets outside. Unite to take on inequality, and unite to bring on re-election, and unite for a Labour government.
Jeremy, watch out for me. Well, business rules, I call that a fallacy, a chronic disease. I've got my own economic policies.
We've been spending time in Walsall, typical of the kind of town where Corbyn's Labour Party seems to be struggling, but where the austerity and poverty he talks about have hit hard.
Well, last time we were here, we heard about the Chuckery Cafe. This is it.
You all right?
You remember us from last time we were
I
here?
do remember you from last time, indeed. I'm shocked you've come back.
We're making a film about Walsall.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
Because you know what, no, mate, I think Walsall's a lovely place, a really good, multicultural, diverse place.
Are you aware that it's having quite a rough time in various ways?
I just dropped my wife into Walsall Town Centre, and you should have seen the amount of shut shops, the amount of to-let signs. Walsall is a dead place.
My kids' school have got rid of every single level 4 teacher and put brand new, newly qualified teachers in because they're on a cheaper pay level. That's our future. This is this country's future.
So what are we going to do?
What can we do? What can we do? That is my question. What can we do?
Vote for someone different.
My opinion is, no matter who we vote for, the cutbacks are going to happen.
But Jeremy Corbyn Whatever you think of him, he's sincere.
That Jeremy Corbyn is the kind of Prime Minister we need. But this government would never let him into power. Never.
What, you think they'd fix the system?
Of course.
As people, we've lost all control of our country. As in general, we've got no say on anything.
Did you vote in the European referendum?
Yeah.
Which way did you vote in that?
I think we should have stayed in.
You're a Remainer.
I'm flipping out. I think it's going
to... And how did you vote in
Brexit here?
Oh, yeah.
You voted Leave?
Yes. I think it'll destroy us.
Talking to you, I thought it'd have been the other way around.
No, I think it'll destroy us.
What's your sense of the future of Walsall when you look ahead? You won't be here. Good answer.
This world today, is it worth bringing kids up into it?
I mean, at the moment, like I said, the majority of my friends that are either working 2 or 3 different jobs to make up full-time hours. And unfortunately, in retail, that's the way it is. They they don't give people full-time contracts.
I'm asking you about the world of 5 or 10 years to come, and a lot of people don't even know what's happening next week.
Well, exactly. That's the thing, unfortunately. There's nothing solid.
This is the second person we've met in as many weeks who's used this exact phrase, nothing is solid. It's a feeling people share in very different places and on very different parts of the political spectrum, which is probably why Take Back Control proved to be the winning slogan in the 2016 referendum.
Do you understand why people voted for it 2 years ago?
And I think people were fed up, and I think they were voting. It was just a protest vote, and I think that's why they're voting.
I don't think they understood the real issues. I think it was inadequately explained to people.
We're killing our country. We're killing our country. I'm going to cry. I can't believe what we're doing to our country. It's getting more racist. The economy's nosediving. People seem absolutely blind. We've got to march. It's all we can do.
If I come to your house and stick stickers all over your door and your window.
This is the storming of the Winter Palace moment. Why aren't you breaking in and smashing things up?
Someone's got to pay to have that all cleaned off. If I come and stick it all over your house, how would you like that? So don't do it again, yeah?
It's a very big march, this. And unlike previous anti-Brexit demonstrations, this one has a very clear point.
We demand a people's vote.
They want another referendum.
We demand a people's vote.
There is another sort of activist movement now on the block. The Corbynites are not the only ones.
You would probably rightly say that a lot of people here would go, fuck the people of Walsall who want Brexit, and the people of Walsall would go, fuck the people of London who don't want Brexit. And that those two positions, the only solution is leadership that understands the damage that has been done.
And we're not getting that.
We're nowhere near that.
When political parties are fighting between themselves and having inter-party fighting, we're not being represented.
Who are you going to vote for at the next election, whenever there is one?
If Labour does what they should do and become a proper opposition, then yes, of course, I'll vote for Labour. Otherwise, I don't know. I feel lost.
I want to give you a hug.
I'd love a hug.
It's time we took this back to the streets and the lanes, the towns and the villages, the meadows and the squares of this country. It is time for you to decide. For you to take back control.
With national politics increasingly dominated by Brexit and internal party battles, problems in towns like Walsall are only getting worse.
95.6 Radio for the West Midlands.
Good morning. A Wolverhampton head teacher says his exasperated budget shortages have led to the cutting of 14 staff in a school with 300 holes in the roof. England captain Harry Kane says that reaching the World Cup quarter-final...
Local people have mentioned schools cuts, so we've come to meet a Walsall head teacher trying to make some noise of her own. Millfield Primary serves a disadvantaged part of Walsall with a creative, imaginative model of education.
Let's see some wiggle. Well done. That was lots today. Here we go. Right, so we can go into mine.
What, straight from dancing into a meeting?
Well, we're heading for a £200,000 deficit year after next. So we need to cut.
So non-essential things. Speech and language therapists.
That's going. So no speech and language.
I think we're probably looking at things like the minibus, the outdoor ed side of things, which is what we're all about.
I can't bear to get rid of it.
Children that come into nursery sometimes have very poor speech. We've purchased speech and language provision and it's had amazing results, but we can't afford to do that next year. It's 10,000, so we just have to stop it.
That's heartbreaking.
It's absolutely heartbreaking.
I mean, I've only been here 15 minutes and I'll be honest, I find it quite upsetting.
We've got a teacher that works with us that deals with outdoor education as well. I mean, if she had to go, the whole nature of what we do would change.
It's here that the essential tragedy of England in 2018 really hits home. This is the kind of deprived place some people call Brexit land. Here's a school doing its utmost to change children's life chances, and it's being cut to the point that it can only offer the educational basics.
Have you seen the big sign they put up?
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Look up to the schools.
How do you feel about it?
It's going to affect the children, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Tell me more, like in the immediate future, what to the area, what might happen?
So up to the area,
Yeah.
well, it's going to go downhill even more than what it is now, and the kids are going to get even more rabbled than what they are already once what we've got round here. You know what I mean? They're just going down and down and down. There's nothing for them these days. They just keep putting them down.
What keeps you getting out of bed every morning?
My kids. That's what keeps you going is the kids. Otherwise, we won't bother. Half of them round here are already topping themselves or jumping off the flats up the top. There's been quite a few. Yeah, it's not there around here. Well, people are struggling, and when they cap them and this, that, the other, and then they're struggling, then they get the kids took off them because then go on the wrong way.
How much benefit
the
cap?
benefit cap and that, yeah. Well, it's caused me and my partner to split up, and that was falling behind with bills. I was lending off everybody. I got myself into big time debt.
Gosh, you've had a rough time.
Yeah, I have. I always have to cope with it.
So I was going to ask you, there's a certain sort of person, no matter how good or bad things are, they'll always tell you it's crap, right?
Mm.
I wouldn't, if I'd have come round here 10 or 15 years ago and said to you, how's Brownhills
Oh,
doing?
no, it was buzzing. It was brilliant, yeah. We had the market and that, man. We had more shops. People was a bit more, you know, get together, help out more. And
When did it change?
So when the market left.
When was that?
So it's got to be, what, about 10 years ago.
Oh, when the
About
recession
10
happened?
Yeah,
2008?
about 10 years ago, yeah. Completely changed, like, so everyone struggles now.
What about politics?
I wouldn't know about that. Because sometimes when it comes around to that, and you have to go in, I'm thinking, well, why should I? Because it'll never work out the way we want it to with most of us anyway.
Really?
I think most of the time it's a big fix, to be fair. But
We're all
I think
screwed then, aren't we?
Yeah, I think there's quite a few of us that feel the same, like, you know what I mean?
There's nothing you can really do about it. They don't take notice of anybody, any normal working person anyway, do they? So
all of them?
Pretty much so, isn't it?
Looking ahead, do you think someone might come to the rescue? Not for this school individually, but, you know, this is a national problem.
I'm hoping so. I hope so, yeah.
Anyone spring to mind?
No.
Well, we just get on with it, bud, to be fair. We just pull up and shut up and just carry on. It's one of them.
And how would you describe Boston?
Sometimes I feel it's a good city, sometimes I think it's the worst place in the world, I don't know.
I'm pleased I'm not young. There just seems nothing fair about anything.
God, what hope if we're all fighting each other, not the people pulling the strings?
You cannot fight if you don't have ammunition.
Now it's about how bad you want it, do you know what I mean?